Hi, Marshall Strong here, and thank you for getting this video. This video is going to bring you so much value. You may be overwhelmed and you may have to pause it and watch it a few times, and that's okay. I wanted to take the most powerful parts of what I've learned over the last 20 years and compress it into 2 to 3 hour video. This video will be for a brand new agent or even somebody thinking about getting into real estate, as well as any average agent selling 7-8 homes per year. This video is especially for the agent that is selling 20 to 30 homes and wants to get to that next level to double or even triple their production. At the end of this video, you're going to have the opportunity to be coached by myself personally for free. Step 1, get a coach to teach you the best way to make the most amount of money in real estate as possible. Why is it that every pro athlete has a coach and sometimes even 2 or 3 different trainers as well? This is because in order to be the best, you need people to push you and make you be a better version of yourself, somebody that specializes in a certain area that you want to improve in. Most people think working with a broker, you're going to get trained and they're going to help you make as much money as possible. The reality is they're not. They're not going to help you max out. They're there to teach you enough to keep you average so they can make a majority of your proceeds. This is one of the reasons I'm focusing on coaching, because I believe whatever you do, you should be the best at it. Then once you master your craft, you should teach others. The information below will help you get to the next level. Hello, the second step to your success is to learn how to read the market by tracking the inventory. The way you do this is by using the MLS, which stands for Multiple Listing Service. You are going to track how many available properties are for sale versus how many homes are selling each month in your county or your city. You're also going to track the last quarter and the last year so you can see the trend and which direction it is heading. By doing this, when you talk to your clients, you will be very confident in telling them what is happening 100%, as you are the expert and they are hearing the news and what other people are saying around them, which is typically negative. The multiple listing service you're going to get through your association in the city that you live in, as well as the National Association Service, which will allow you to use the information to explain things that they need to hear about the housing market. For example, in 2022, there was only 1 million home shortage, and currently we have a 4 million home shortage. Remember, you know the interest rates are still extremely low compared to the last 30-year average. So using this information, you can help show them where the market is going and that they need to buy and create that urgency. Traditionally, the value of the dollar decreases 2 to 3% throughout history. Currently, we have a 7 to 8% inflation rate, which means that your money is losing value. For example, if you have $10,000 in the bank this year, by next year, it's only worth $9,300. Another great thing to know is when the government is printing more money than usual, this tells you that real estate will more than likely keep going up overall. If the rates go up, then the prices may stabilize. If the rates drop, then the prices of homes will increase. Knowing this will help you time the market. The home mortgages will continue to increase over time. The only time the prices will drop is if the inventory increases as demand is falling. What is a seller's market versus a buyer's market? You should be able to answer this right now. Most agents cannot. I would say 1 out of 20 licensed agents can do this on the spot. Learn this. It's extremely important. In a buyer's market, there's more than 6 months supply of homes on the market. A seller's market is 6 months or less. What that means is if there's 6,000 homes on the market and you're selling 1,000 going sold every month, then there's a 6-month supply. A misconception that most people have is that if it's a seller's market, it is not a good time to buy, and that is incorrect. It can be a seller's market and a great time to buy, as it's been the last 10 years. And it's still the same thing today. I have been talking to people off the fence for the last 8 years due to the fact that the news is constantly scaring people with doom is coming, as that is what sells. Believe it or not, people get addicted to living in fear, and that is why I haven't watched the news ever on purpose. I also haven't watched TV in over 7 years and maybe 1 to 2 movies a month. The reason is I know how valuable my time is worth, and for every second I spend, I want to 10x it. The way you do this is by providing more value and then delegating everything else to someone else that can do something that you can do easily. Run the numbers and practice the examples I gave you to use until you have your own examples. By the way, if you're not taking notes, now is a great time to start, as you retain 10 to 20% of what you hear, and by writing notes and writing what you hear, you're going to retain 70 to 80% of what you write down. Practice the examples I've given you at least a few times, then you'll be able to talk to people about real estate and keep learning more. This will make you be an expert. But don't get caught up in learning only. Make sure to use the things you're learning more than the time you spend on learning. Practice, but implement. As long as you believe it, you can sell it. Be ethical at all times, no matter what. It will pay off tenfold in the future. Don't take shortcuts that damage your character. So as long as you're well informed and always keeping up to date, you should be able to be an expert on selling homes. Being a buyer's agent is the first step to being a successful real estate agent. Most trainers, coaches, and brokers will try to get you to do both and focus on both. It is, for the lack of better terms, go for the low-hanging fruit. You should definitely focus on becoming a buyer's expert before a listing expert. The easiest way to get leads is going to be your sphere of influence. However, the best source of leads will come from doing open houses. If you learn how to build rapport and walk people through properties while adding value by explaining to them about the financing process and the real estate market, like I've told you previously, you will be able to close deals from open houses easily. This is how I started my business, and I didn't have any family or friends buying homes at all from me. If you just did an open house every weekend and dropped a Facebook video to build up your sphere of influence on Facebook or any other social media and stay consistent, you will succeed. Just stay consistent and don't spread yourself so thin you stop progressing. If I had 10 hours to chop a tree down just using one axe, I would spend 90% of my time sharpening the axe and only 10% using it to hit the tree in the same spot. Imagine hitting 10 different spots of the tree. How long would it take you to chop it down? Most coaches and brokers are going to teach you how to do a little bit of everything, and all this does is waste your time and then you quit. You have to be consistent. If you just do an open house every weekend, a total of 8 per month, you should be able to sell 1 to 2 homes per month minimum. If you track your traffic and follow up consistently as needed, you will be able to improve your numbers substantially. The problem is that most agents don't follow up enough, as the average agent follows up with their client 1 to 2 times in a